Welcome everyone, it's time for more Starfield, where last time we both finished off with the building of the ship Bloody Security and I was talking to you. Yes, we finished off with the ship that Walter decided that we were supposed to help with, and we got the ship as well, which is a little bit interesting that we got a free ship. He built a really expensive ship and then he just gave us one, and it's a monstrosity. I like it. So this is the ship. It's absolutely humongous. A lot of storage space, a lot of engines, a lot of... Are those shields? Does this ship have like multitudes of shields? If it does, lovely. So the problem is, this is a C-class ship. I literally cannot fly it. See, my little tiny ship, the Ghost, is a B reactor. We have an A, an A, an A. Oh, you're an A. Well, that's interesting. Okay, well, there you go. So in order to fly this ship, I'm gonna have to get better at that. But the good thing is, I have a skill point and only 2 more ships to destroy to get to that level. So we could see a change in ships. That would be kind of lovely. But that's for the future. As for right now,
I can finally give my crew a chance at a new life.
That is true. So what I'm currently doing is we're going very close to the, coming to very close to the end of the game. And in preparation of that, I've decided to, you know, finally make sure that I can get rid of my little stuff here. So I'm not going to be able to get rid of all of it. The Trackers Alliance, not 100% sure that I'll do. We'll see. Maybe I do it. I don't know. Power from Beyond, obviously we're just going to get more and more temples. I probably do want to get all the temples, maybe, potentially. But I'm actually getting to the point where I might do this between episodes, because it's not the most interesting. There's really nothing new happening, so I can do them between episodes and then just let you know which are the powers that I've gotten, because, well, yes. So that's that. We have a bunch of stuff over here, but most of these are just kiosk missions, which is not that interesting, if I'm gonna be honest. So that's that one. But then we have the activities. I have a few activities, and there are a couple of them that I actually do want to do. So for example, we have the London landmark on Earth, we have the Apollo landmark on the Luna, that's kind of nice. We have a scientist by a tree, I suppose in New Atlantis. Go and check with them what they want. Cargo mission, I've already done, so I don't know exactly why I have that. That might be a new thing. Vladimir, we can go to his house. We have a person called Rivka. But at the room I don't think I need to go to. Catherine Luzion, go to Ilios for some reason. Don't remember why. And ask Yannick about another shift at Xenofresh. That's obviously nothing we need to do. A bunch of people we need to talk to, which might give us stuff, maybe. We have a slate that I apparently have picked up, so that's lovely. We have a distress call in Charybdis. We can go and chat with Yumi. Again, the Red Mile we don't need to do, and I have the LNG6. So basically I have a bunch of stuff. That's where I'm landing in that. But where are we right now? Well, we went to Paradiso for one of our missions. No, sorry, one of our miscs here, special sauce, which I have. So now I can get back to Homestead, give him that. But in the orbit around the planet, we found a ship, the Constant, which apparently is a generation ship. And for those of you who don't know what a generation ship is, it's basically a colonization ship to some degree, but a ship where you don't, you know, suspend the crew in suspended animation, but instead they just live their lives on the ship, and they have babies, the babies have babies, and so forth and so forth. So this ship has been in travel to this
outcome. I won't let my crew down.
Yes, we're going to get to you in just a second. This ship has been in the process of getting to this planet for 100 years. And as you might have expected, the grav drive was invented within the space of that. So they were sort of left behind in a way. And now that they have arrived here, all of a sudden, all their stuff is really not that great. So they haven't been able to communicate with anyone. I don't exactly know what kind of new communication technology we have. Apparently.
Am I glad you weren't some sort of alien or something.
Stop talking. So, yes, I don't know what new kind of a communication technology we've developed, but apparently it's so new that these people are surpassed by it. I don't understand what it would be, but whatever. The game probably has a good explanation for it. So we're here trying to help, trying to just make sure that they get somewhere safe, presumably down on the planet. There is a bloody resort down there, so they should be fine. So Diana, hello.
I know I'm getting up there in
We didn't
years.
believe anyone would
I
be
don't
out
think I'm
here,
ever tired
but I'm
of
glad
flying.
for it.
So, exactly how long have you been captain?
I think I'm coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition. Because of that, I've had to sort of learn as I go along, instead of taking years of study and apprenticeship under the prior captain. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the level of experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quickly.
I mean, didn't the ship just travel at a constant speed? I'm not 100% sure what you did about that. And also, why would the captain be hereditary? That doesn't make sense, but okay. Maybe it was a one-off, I don't know. How's the crew?
A bit frazzled, as you can imagine. People are anxious about discovering that we're not alone, and also worried about what will come to pass. While we hope we can work out a deal with the people on the surface, they seem reluctant to reach out, so there's no telling what will come of that. I do know that we can't afford to stay here in orbit forever. The ship was built to sustain us for many years with backup provisions just in case, but even that will come to an end eventually.
I mean, you've been out for 100 years. Surely you're producing everything you need to produce right now. Otherwise it wouldn't make sense. Anyway, whatever. The people down there, they haven't approached you because they think you're basically aliens and might be a potential risk. So, okay, how difficult is it being captain of this colony ship?
Difficult is the wrong word. It can be both challenging at times and also exciting. Our mission was to rebuild humanity on a distant world, believing that we were Earth's last hope. To think that while there has always been a Brackenridge in the captain's chair, that I am the one to finally oversee our journey's end is truly exhilarating. But with this stumbling block in our path, at this final moment, I fear tough choices will need to be made.
I have a hard time understanding how...
Well...
For the love of God, you just stopped talking. Yeah, I don't exactly know how exciting it would be to be the captain of this ship, because it's literally just a ship traveling in a straight line, and the only thing that you need to make sure is being done is basic stuff. The stuff that makes you actually be alive, so kinda doesn't feel that fun. And being a captain feels a bit more for a show than anything else. It's not like you steer the damn ship. Although, does the captain steer the ship? Isn't that like the midshipman or something? I don't know. I'm not good at ships. So anyway, sounds like you can use some help here. And I'm here to help, so that's good.
Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you?
Absolutely, this is not going to be a problem whatsoever, but your communication system, what's up with that?
We suspect that our equipment is woefully obsolete compared to whatever you all have now. In all honesty, we never expected to need to communicate with anyone, so our comms aren't particularly robust. That limits our options. We even attempted communicating with lights and sounds, something we saw in an old movie, but I don't believe they picked up on it. If anything, it may have inadvertently alarmed them.
I gotta be honest, I'm still very unsure how a communication system could be obsolete, or that is this communication system, because presumably we have... Well, again, I'm not good at this, but like shortwave and long range and stuff like that. What new system do we have? Or even need? I don't know, we still can't, you know, communicate across star systems, so, you know, I don't know. Anyway, okay, what's in it for me? We don't need to go there. So the people in Paradiso want the same. That's true. Sounds like you're just trying to offload the hard parts to someone else. No. Paradiso, absolutely fine.
Ah, So they have a name. Paradiso. And it sounds promising that they sent you here to speak with us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us.
I mean, why is the game building this up like it's some sort of an issue? Because it's not gonna be an issue, like, at all. So you could find another planet, maybe.
Based on the data our ancestors had when they launched this endeavor, it was determined that this was the perfect planet for us. Even if we had another viable candidate planet, we lack the resources to get there. And as you know, it took us 200 years to get here. Our people have no desire to go back to drifting the stars so their children's children can possibly settle on an inferior planet.
Ah, it was even 200 years, but okay, that doesn't, make a difference necessarily. Anyway, so if you had a claim on this planet, how could others... What's up with... This is a very strangely set up mission here. They didn't have a claim on the planet. Why am I asking this? Have I still not understood what's going on here? Have I still not understood this? Okay. I'm gonna ask it anyway, but like, why is my character asking this? How could others settle here? Well, bloody hell, no one knew about this ship.
When we left Earth, there were no claims to planets this far out into space. We had assumed that we were the only ones attempting a generational journey such as this, meaning that there would be no need for a formal claims process. Regardless, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, did manage to file a charter for this planet's first colony, to be named New Jamestown. According to his records, no one took it seriously when he filed it, so likely it was either ignored or the records were lost to the ages. Given humanity's lack of interest in colonizing the far reaches of space at the time, it shouldn't have been a problem, but again, here we are now.
Uh-huh, but still, it's just a stupid question. Alright then, fine. What would you like me to tell them?
Excellent. Make no mistake, this is our planet, and we intend for them to see this our way. So, speak with their leadership and see if you can negotiate a solution on our behalf. Preferably, get them to see things our way. Report back to me and let me know what they say, and we'll go from there.
Now hold on. You did not say that before. This is not your planet. Why would it be your planet? It absolutely isn't your planet, bloody hell. Okay, no way they'll go for what? We haven't even said anything of... What is it with this mission? This mission is weird. Like, as in... what's the word? Just the story. The story and my responses, her responses, everything is just weird. Like, who wrote this? This is stupid. Okay, yeah. The planet is huge. You don't need to settle exactly right here. It's a big damn planet.
Sorry. We thought about it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small, but our predecessors dreamt of our new civilization spreading across the globe. That will be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. While we're not completely close to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we have complete domain over this world.
Oh, for the love of God, no, that's not gonna happen. And also, they're not trying to spread on this planet. It's a bloody resort. It's a hotel. You do want hotels, even if you are very fresh to this place. You can probably get a discount, even. I mean, you don't even know how to make credits, but still. You are a bit out of your mind here.
I'm serious. We have a rightful claim to this land, and I intend to fight for it. But as you're currently our only hope, perhaps you'll honor my request and give it your all, for the sake of some very weary travelers who have come a very long way to be here. Thank you.
You just said that you didn't have a claim, and now you say you have a claim, a legitimate claim. You absolutely do not. What is
Anything
with this?
To report?
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
I am
We've got strict
so
rules around
confused. Like,
but they're strict
so
for a reason.
unbelievably confused. Who wrote this? Because whoever wrote this, you have not done a good job. Bloody hell. Or maybe I'm just missing stuff. That could obviously be it. Now, before we leave... why do you have this game? This is a... I say modern, as in a game played in our universe. What the hell is... Why do you have that? That doesn't make sense. Right then. EA's captain uniform. I'm just gonna close this. I'm gonna have that for me. Thank you. I'm not gonna wear it though. I'm not gonna become the captain. That's fine. Okay. Anything else? Fun, notepads, a chair, if you can call it that, and presumably bathroom amenities. Nice little succulent there. A bunch of bog rolls, lovely. Don't know how you would be producing said bog rolls, but apparently you do that. Also, we have a storage box, microsecond regulator. Do I need those? I'm not sure I do. Also, you have a hockey club. Antique earth hockey stick. That's kind of cool. I'm not gonna bring that with me though. I'm not that interested. Basketball, baseball. Where's the football, eh? Where's the football? Coffee mug, liquid happiness. Apparently that aged really well because we still see those coffee cups to this day. Lovely. Bethesda. If you make a generation ship that's 200 years old, why have you not made actual new assets for it? Because most of this is exactly the same as we've seen, I think, for the most part at least. I mean, maybe these are potentially new, but like if we go into this place, I'm pretty damn sure that this is what the UC Vigilance looks like. So how come it's exactly the same? Now, there is a computer here that's locked, and I'm sorry to say, but I don't think I can get to this. Oh wait, actually, okay. Hold on, did I just become hidden here? Certainly not. That was weird. I was hidden there for just a second. What I was thinking is, sometimes
no matter what
this
the future
game is
holds,
weird.
I think I'll always be more comfortable in space.
Ah, but then you're looking at me, and you. Okay, never mind. We're not gonna get to that computer in a hurry, so to speak.
The Constant
all right,
is a peaceful ship.
Let's
Don't change
let's just check about a bit if I can, or rather if I'm allowed. We have engineering this way, for example. Let's check it out. I mean, okay, there might be a fair few, you know, new asset or unique assets to this ship, but for the most part, it doesn't feel like it. Isn't this exactly what we see in other ships 200 years later? Because some things apparently never change.
Careful that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do.
Okay, that is where we came from. I'm just gonna...
Never seen a ship like yours before.
Hello. Well,
Then
this
again,
is
I haven't
cool.
seen any ships before you arrived.
This is... Are those actual bird and insect sounds, or have you got a speaker? Because you probably have a speaker. Now I'm getting Vault vibes, which is lovely. So this will be hydroponics or something like that, where you grow plants, etc., etc. Very lovely. Then you have all these tiny little plants. This is kind of cool, not gonna lie. Sealant and fibers, we don't need any of this though.
I wonder what else is out there.
Yes, a lot of stuff, let me tell you. There's a whole planet that is basically just for pleasure.
I've heard about you, but
This succulent has
Here
its
you
own
are.
seat.
Hi there.
Or maybe it's not actually a seat, maybe it's more of a table thing.
sure
We have
is
people we
nice
can
to know
talk
there
to
are other
as
people out
well, I
there.
just realized. Ooh, mausoleum. Ah, so this would be all the dead people. I gotta be honest, you should probably have a lot more of these. Like a lot more, because you've been here for 200 years. There must be thousands of these, really. But Bethesda being Bethesda, there were probably just 10 people on this ship from the beginning. So let's have a bit of a look. Could be some interesting stuff. Mausoleum records, okay. We pay our respects to those that came before us on this, our journey to preserve the human race. And then a bunch of initials. Lovely. But as you can see, for a 200-year journey, if these are all the people that have died, that's not enough, Bethesda. This is like a tenth of what you would have, but again, Bethesda being Bethesda, and it's not a lot of people in the world, and never is. So, okay, pill bottle, sample tray, centric magnet.
Perhaps I can soon retire.
Oh, hello,
That's
you're
something
a
people used to
person.
do, I hear.
You're a doctor, hello.
Wait, how is it I don't know you? I know everyone on this ship.
Well, I kinda just got here. Ooh, I can just lie for some weird reason. Okay, I'm a visitor. I actually came from outside of the ship.
Oh my. Yes, of course. Sorry, I was with a difficult patient when the announcement came through. But now I remember. They sent my husband, Mabuti, to greet you. It's quite fortunate that you arrived when you did, for Mabuti's sake. Hopefully you can help resolve our current predicament.
Well, not if your captain gets to decide anything. But alright then, what's up with Mabuti? Nothing wrong with him, I think.
There isn't. At least not in the medical sense. Since he was one of the eldest on board, he was ready to volunteer for termination. Thankfully, since you've arrived, that no longer seems necessary. It means that he was going to volunteer his own life for the sake of the others on this ship, due to limited spaces and supplies. Like the others, his life would then be honored with special distinction and recorded for history. Rarely we had to make difficult choices when no one would volunteer. But Mabuti, he's too generous to let that happen.
Oh, well, that's interesting. That you have to give your life away, because why would you not control the population? Like, what the hell? You know exactly how many people you can support. That has been taken into consideration when building the ship. So you would be able to control the population by having abortions if people get pregnant when they shouldn't. Oh, for the love of God. This mission is so weird. Okay, well, hopefully that will no longer have to happen.
I certainly hope so, too. It shouldn't.
Indeed. So would you be the chief medical officer, maybe?
Indeed. There aren't many doctors on board. In addition to regular checkups, I perform surgeries, obstetrics, and other medical procedures. I also help train the next generation of doctors. After all, someone must. It's demanding work.
I would assume that a teacher would do that and not the actual doctor, but sure. So what happens if the population grows too much?
Okay?
Well, the population shouldn't grow too much. There are literally means to avoid that, but okay. If it happens, what do you do?
We try our best to avoid that through careful family planning. Rarely we run into situations where things do not go according to plan. And then we must adjust and make difficult decisions concerning our community and resources. We never do anything without careful consideration. But at the end of the day, we need to do what is best for the ship, so as not to put everyone in jeopardy.
Alright, well, yes. Family planning and all of that. In fact, on a ship like this, I would assume that not enough babies would be the main thing. Like, you can't force a woman to have a baby, even though, okay, being on a ship like this, maybe your rights aren't as irrevocable, is that the word, as they are right now on Earth, but still, I don't think forcing women to be pregnant is a thing, so yeah, having too many people kinda sounds like the opposite of what would happen, I think. But okay then, Mabuti, exactly what is up with him?
Nothing. Not in the medical sense. As one of the eldest on board,
basically just the same, okay? For
like
some reason,
others,
we need to...
Rarely.
Why did this come up again? Okay, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, it's terrible, I understand, but it is also necessary for the greater good, I suppose. So good on him.
I know you think it's not quite right, but thank you for understanding. With luck, it won't come to it, I hope.
Again, it's very much down to your captain. So, okay, medical supplies, is that anything you can sell me?
Yes, but please, be mindful. I don't have many extra supplies.
Okay, how do I buy stuff from you? Because you don't take credits. But apparently... Oh, wait. Yeah, buy. Okay. I wouldn't mind just... Okay, if I... So now you do have... Okay, you actually didn't have any credits. Now you do have credits. What are you gonna do with those credits, huh? I'm just gonna take a bunch of these healing items. Just stuff to get rid of various ailments. You have Panacea. Again, 200 years and you have Boudica. Like, wouldn't this be a pretty damn new thing? This doesn't make any sense, whoever wrote this. This does not make any sense. But fine.
Goodbye.
Like, why wouldn't you have... I mean, it's one ship, it's one location. Couldn't you just have created a couple of unique items for these people? So she sold, I don't know, bandages. She sells... well, I don't know what they would be called, but you know what I mean. Like, it wouldn't have been that much work to do that and make this ship feel a little bit unique, but right now it doesn't feel unique at all necessarily.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Elevator, but let's not think about that. I do want to see if there's
so much more to learn about
any
now.
more. Yeah, there were, but basically him that she was talking about, Mabuti. I think that he is upstairs, if I'm not incorrect. We are not going here. We're going here. Yeah, I think that he was standing at the bridge, wasn't he?
Careful waving that fancy gun around. You don't need to see what it can do.
Where's the command bases? Here. But now I'm just up here.
Because our equipment's old.
Okay, medical. Why am I now missing? Where's the place? Okay. Where am I now?
And to think,
Using special.
all
Yes.
this time
Amen.
we thought we were alone.
Amen.
I was hoping to talk to our visitor from outer space, and here you are! Welcome, welcome! I have a million burning questions, but I won't overwhelm you. There will be plenty of time for that later. Please, indulge me just a couple. How did you do it? Did humanity finally discover faster than light travel and eclipse our poor old ship?
That is correct. We have something called grav drive.
Ah, I knew it. It's incredible! I read about this technology in our archives from Earth, but it was only theoretical back then. Amazing! I'll have to learn more. Oh, I've got so many questions, but I'm being rude. I haven't even given you my name. Chief Engineer Kazemi, but you can call me Amin. And, I might add, I'm one of the reasons we're still floating out here today.
I'm gonna assume no, but sure, if you say so, dude. So, if you know it's rude, maybe you should stop bombarding me. I get it, you want to know what's changed since your ship departed.
Indeed. Thank you for being so kind and indulging me. You must understand how thrilling this news is for someone like me. Someone who suspected this encounter was, in fact, possible.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, okay. If you already knew about the grav drives, why didn't you just hang around a few more years?
Ah, great question. I do not know for sure, but I can venture a guess. All of the reading I've done on the matter suggests that at the time, there was uncertainty that the technology would ever work, or if it did, that it would work at the scale we needed. So, I trust they made the decision to strike out when they did, fully believing it was the only way.
Uh-huh, I mean, that's presumably is correct. The chief engineer, what do you do?
Some may say I'm a master of keeping things together with nothing but duct tape and bubblegum. Well, if we had any gum left. Pretty sure that ran out 100 years ago. When I'm not dealing with catastrophic engine failures, I manage the other engineers. We maintain all the machinery, computers, you name it. We keep the life support on, and the ship flying.
That seems reasonable, yes. So, any good heroic engineering stories to tell?
Many years ago, when I was a junior engineer, the reactor's computer burned out. The computer that controls the reactor's various regulators. I'll spare you the details, but when that happens, the ship and everyone on it is in danger of turning into a mess of hot slag. I had to jury-rig parts from old media devices to prevent a meltdown. And that's how I became the boss around here.
Well, that's lovely. So, okay, Did you have more questions, maybe?
Yes! So many! Does everyone have their own spaceships like you? Do people only live on naturally habitable planets, or did they learn to terraform? Are we in contact with alien species? I have so many more, but I don't want to take up all your time.
So no sentient life as far as we can tell. No terraforming, but there are colonies on inhospitable planets. We just use units suits.
I'm not surprised. The amount of energy it would take to terraform an entire planet seems improbable. I can assume these types of colonies are strictly for mining and gathering rare resources, since there are nearly limitless habitable planets to choose from out there.
I wouldn't say limitless, necessarily. And indeed, not everyone has ships, but many people do, in fact.
Haha! I knew it! Incredible! Amazing! Simply amazing! In our ancestors' time, only the very wealthy could afford to build ships. Even this ship was only possible by our families pulling together nearly all of their financial resources.
Oh, so it's a private thing? That's weird. Also, by the way, I didn't mention to you that I have 5 ships. Yes, not only do I have 1 ship, I have 5 ships. Also, yeah, no sentient life, but a lot of weird living creatures everywhere.
Disappointing, but not unexpected. When you showed up, I tried to tell the others about the Fermi paradox. I suggested that the most likely explanation for you was that humanity had developed faster, more advanced technology and had leapfrogged us. Seems I was right.
That is true. So okay, no more time for questions.
Thank you for taking the time to talk with me. I can have a bit of a big personality, I'm told. So let me know if I ever get on your nerves.
Well, I wouldn't say maybe that, but...
Careful not to touch anything on your way out.
I wonder what it's like out there beyond our little community.
Uh-huh. You alright, dude? Thank you. Don't stand there and stare at me.
Wow, I've heard
Okay,
about you,
we
but
have another computer.
here you are.
Engineering control computer. Access denied. Well, that kind of figures. Alright then, can I make it back to the bridge?
Some slight power fluctuations.
Mess hall, no. Why can't I make it back to the bridge? Command bay. Command bay, there, no. Ah, here you mean. I suppose you mean here. Command bay, there we go, bloody hell, I found it. Jesus. So,
stay out of trouble.
here we go. Aren't you?
I've
No,
lived
you're
my entire life in the
Rita. You're a different
not
person,
sure
but
how
I
else to
didn't
live.
talk to you.
I know Captain Brackenridge has essentially given you free rein to wander the ship, but security will still be watching you closely. I hope you understand, given we have so little experience with people from the outside. It pays to take security seriously, something I understand much better now than in my youth.
Uh-huh. And, well, yes, you don't have a lot of experience because you have no experience. And we also have a Yu Garcia. Hello.
Hey! So it is true. An actual stranger aboard our ship? Wow.
Uh-huh. So, I'm Chris. Who are you?
Oh, geez. Sorry, of course you don't know my name. We never met. I'm Yue. Wow, I never thought this would happen.
Ah, Yue. Okay. Well, nice meeting you. Let you get back to what you're doing.
Sure. Well, unless there's anything else you want to talk about.
Uh-huh. Well, what did you do?
Oh, I'm the navigation officer, though I switch between nav and piloting. I'll be honest, the ship pretty much flies itself. Its destination hasn't changed since it launched, and we're here now, so I'm not sure what's next.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, why would you need a navigator? You're already going on the path you need to be.
See, the nav system's not perfect. We encounter stuff that our forebears didn't originally count on. Astral bodies, space debris, stuff like that. So sometimes I need to take manual control and get out of tricky situations. Then there was the time I used those unaccounted for anomalies to our advantage. Slingshotted us around a few stars that weren't supposed to be there, saved some fuel and knocked a few decades off our journey. Pretty incredible stuff.
Ah, of course, yes. It would be a reasonable thing to assume that it would just be a straight shoot with absolutely nothing in the way. That's true. Okay, fair enough. So, okay. What's your take on this? The whole situation, now that you know that there are other humans?
It's incredible. I'm pretty excited to meet new people and ask them all sorts of questions. I wonder about all we've missed this whole time while humanity has advanced around us.
Yeah, about that, we didn't say anything to Diana. We probably maybe shouldn't. I mean, they're gonna find out eventually anyway. But Earth is
The Constant
screwed.
is a peaceful ship.
Don't
change that.
Just a small... Oh. What bloody hell, I thought it was 3 people. It was like, why are 3 people just standing there looking at me? But no, that's actually fun. Rupert Brackenridge. We have Rupert L. Brackenridge. You are the current Brackenridge, Diana. We have Jacinda. We have Mathilda. We have Eliza, Felipe, Diana, current one, Alexander, and Boris. Oh, I like Boris. So yeah, a bunch of people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in 200 years. What does that give on? I mean, a little bit more than 20 years per person. I feel that is at least reasonable. Yes, good Bethesda, good job.
Rules
You made one thing reasonable in this travesty of a place. So, okay, well, where is
Never seen a ship like yours
Mabuti?
before.
Where's Mabuti? Was he maybe down where I'm supposed to go now? Maybe he's just chilling out at the cargo place thingamabob. That could be it. If not, well, then I missed him. It's
There's
not
so
the
much
worst
more to
thing in
learn
the world.
about now.
I'm not going to the mess hall, by the way.
These are exciting times,
bloody hell.
aren't they?
Maybe you're
Keeping
a person.
track of
Yes,
all our
hello.
supplies is more difficult than you might think.
Daisuke Levitz.
Hi there. Oh,
Uh-huh, well, okay. You're probably the first person from the outside you've met.
nice to meet you. And that's true. As you can imagine, everyone kind of just knows each other around here. Meeting new people isn't really a thing for us.
Uh-huh, true. True. So really weird. I mean, you people... Again, does my character still though not understand what the hell is going on here? How is that weird? It's literally... For the love of God. Okay, well, you need to get over it because it's bound to happen a lot more now. That is, however, true.
I mean, I don't appreciate you telling me I just need to get over it, but you're not wrong. Everything changed when you arrived. I suspect I'll need to get used to the idea of strangers. Anyway, sorry for freezing up before. I just didn't expect our visitor from the outside to stop by and chat with me. I figured, if anything, you'd be with the captain. I'm Daisuke, the ship's provisions manager. I'm not sure what I can offer you, but if I can help, I will. And if not, I'm happy just to talk.
Uh-huh, so is this a shop?
Not really. Things don't work that way here. It's not a shop like you hear about in the books and movies, or, where you're probably from. Almost everything is communal or shared in some way, but sometimes people want a little something extra or special for themselves. So when that happens, they come to me. Mostly, I just keep track of the ship's inventory and help ration the supplies so we don't run out.
Again, with proper planning, that would never happen. Or rather, also without any incidents, if you know what I mean. So, okay, where would you get supplies if you don't have contact with anyone outside?
We manage. I know back on Earth, there used to be stores all over the place. Some that even specialize in specific types of goods, if you can imagine. But here, this is it. We have very limited supplies. Most of our stuff is recycled. Even the food. In a roundabout way. If you know what I mean. It works out for the most part. Because it has to. You'll sense a running theme with that around here.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about poo. It's poo. Okay. Anything we can get from here? We can get into this place. And find a cooler full of stuff. Lovely. Okay. Fully loaded Bloody Mary. Lovely. It's okay. Basically just a bunch of foodstuffs. We do not need any of that. It's okay. Let's make our way.
Hey there.
Make our way. Ooh, a classroom. But that's a lift. I do not
Now
want
that
to
we
take
know
a
what's
lift
out
right
there,
now. I don't care enough
things are
about
going to
that.
be
Whole bunch of people here. Anyone?
Sure is nice to know that
Anyone
other
interesting to talk to?
Wow. Hi.
No, I don't
Careful
think
waving that
so.
fancy gun around. We don't need to see
Security. Hello. Might
Just
be
because our
someone
equipment's
fun
old
here.
doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
I'm not gonna be stealing from you, don't worry. We have a brig too. Oh, well, that is a bit interesting. I do want to check out the brig. Because if it's the case
Constant
that
is
you
a peaceful
have
ship. Don't change that.
visitors, that's kind of interesting, but it feels like on this occasion you have the most boring job in the world because no one's here. So you're basically just standing here looking at things, and there's really... Wow, why would you even have someone here? There's no one here. Why do you need to be here?
Stay out of trouble.
This is, again, such a weird thing. Like, you would not be here if there weren't any people here. You have no one to guard. Okay, for the love of God, this whole place is a mess. But alright, let's find our way to where we need to be.
We've got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
I'm sorry.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our
no
ship.
points here. Living quarters, alright. Bunch of living quarters, in fact.
Hey, put that back.
Oh, my booty. I heard my booty.
If there is
There
ever
we go.
anything
There is
you
Dr.
need from
Mabudi.
me, as I always tell my patients, worry not, for tomorrow may bring happy surprises.
And who did you say put that back to? Not me, I think. So, okay, what did you do here?
I'm a doctor and a counselor. I assist my wife Lorelei in performing minor medical duties, but I also practice psychology and help maintain our crew's mental health.
That seems important, yes. So, okay. Why were you there when I arrived?
I know it must seem strange to you. I am not a captain, nor am I a security guard. But I was brought along for a very specific reason. The captain trusts me to de-escalate situations. Pardon me saying, but we did not know who you were or what your intents were. So, Captain Breckenridge wanted me to come along as a friendly face and keep the conversation amicable. I am glad that you were peaceful, and my role was as limited as it was. Thank you.
Well, I'm happy to oblige. So, okay, what was life living on a colony ship? Yeah, what was life? What is life? Your wife said you were volunteering for termination. Let's get to that last. Yeah, what is it like being on a colony ship for so many years?
Life on a colony ship has its ups and downs, as you can probably imagine. I tend to look on the bright side of things, however. To the best of our knowledge, we were on a critical mission, saving the human race from extinction. That notion was always with us, and it instilled a sense of pride and duty. Sure, the living quarters could be considered cramped, and we could go nowhere else. But we also had near-endless time with friends and loved ones. I suppose as I get on in years, I have learned to appreciate that more than anything.
Yeah, it is a good point about a ship like this. Like, if you were the sort of second generation, let's call the first generation the people who got on the ship from the beginning, and the second generation being the first generation that were born on the ship, they would know, when they got a little bit older...
You can say what you need to say.
...that they would not be the ones to arrive at the planet. They would spend their entire lives on this ship. I think that at least someone would be filled with a bit of resentment for that fact. Like, they didn't choose this. They were born into it. And you would have to be extremely careful with the upbringing of those children that are born here, because they need to understand why the hell they're here, and they need to understand that it's really important. So that would be tricky. A psychologist, very, very useful, yes. So, okay, this whole thing about volunteering for termination, what's up with that?
Yes, our daughter is now pregnant with our second child, and the Constant is at capacity. It is the duty of the old to make way for the young. It is how we have survived. There is a small chance that if we cannot resolve this issue with the settlement below in time, I may need to follow through and do what is right for all of us. I doubt it will come to that, because you have brought us hope. But nothing is guaranteed. I am at peace with that, as my parents were before me. Lorelei is, of course, not pleased. She can be a little stubborn. But, as she is also the one to carry out the procedure, it is understandable.
That sounds very bad, yes. Sounds foolish, you never give up your life for someone else. Okay, to each their own. Well, regardless whether it succeeds or not, I'm sure it won't come to that. That's true. You seem very kind of generous. I'm glad your sacrifice is no longer necessary. There we go.
Thank you. It's the way I was raised to be. I make sacrifices so that others may live on. For example, there was an elderly couple on board. They had no children, and their family name was to die with them. I convinced Lorelei that we should take it on. My brother will continue our family legacy, but I will carry on the DeCostas.
Well, that's lovely. You're a very lovely person, aren't you?
Be well on your journey.
So there we go.
Boy, am I
Found
glad
him.
you weren't some sort of alien or something.
I mean, to some degree I am, because I'm gonna become a Starborn, and then I will be basically an alien. So, for the most part... Ooh. Piggy bank. Piggy bank. I have a piggy bank! Lovely. So, I was about to say, for the most part, the loot here doesn't seem that interesting, and then I find a bloody piggy bank. Lovely. But yeah, other than that... Ooh, antique motorcycle. I think I already have one of those, though. An antique computer too. Why would you have that in 200 years ago? Well, actually, you know what? Oh, there is the Da Costa. So that's why you're here. Why did you have a special name tag? Oh, bloody hell, these are... Those sure are heavy doors for a bloody... Hold on, wait. If I'm here, I've just got up from the toilet. I'm standing about here-ish, right? Yeah, this is about it. Yeah, that's... I can see why you need a doctor to perform surgeries, because presumably people just get blasted by the door every damn time they go to the toilet. Holy hell. Alright. Interesting. I mean, we do have the separate toilets, but we do have a communal shower. Lovely. Alright then, I think that, bloody hell, I've spent the entire episode just in this place, haven't I? That's fun. Is there any more people that are
I've lived my entire life in the Constant.
Not really. You
I'm not sure how else to live.
Again, Galacticat, Horse Pooch. These are brand new. I say brand new, but like these are not 200-year-old characters. Yet somehow you have them on this ship. And a wooden duck. And a bowl. That's cute. And a party cup. With good papers.
Hey.
Yeah, as I said, why would you have
aren't they?
contemporary toys? Why would you not have unique toys to this place? You must have Jag. You are a named person. Janet Jag. Hello. Let's wake you up. Have a bit of a chat.
Oh. Wow. You're new? Weird. Okay. Wasn't expecting this. I guess I should introduce myself? I'm Janet. What's up? You?
Well, you're also a bit awkward, so just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Chris.
Oh, well, nice to meet you, I guess. I can take a break to chat if you want.
I mean, you were literally sleeping, but sure. So, okay, what is it that you do?
Certainly not what I want to do.
Uh-huh. Are you gonna be one of those people I talked about? I mean, you do have the blue jacket, which probably means that you're some sort of officer or something, but elaborate, please.
I mean, I hate this job, and there's really nothing I can do about it. I'm the cultivation manager. Fancy words for farmer and fertilizer collector. I didn't have a choice. Most people don't. You get a job, and that's it. Like, I'm great at what I do, but I would enjoy doing literally anything else. Meanwhile, my sister Julia, she gets to hang out with kids all day and watch movies. The kids I couldn't care less about, but she doesn't even care about Earth culture. Ugh!
All right. Bitter resentment, yes. So, okay. So you're that person. I mean, surely there would be a system of replacing each other? I mean, you must not be the only one to have this issue. Maybe. And it's obvious that you shouldn't change with your sister, because if you don't care about the kids, then don't work with kids, alright? So, okay, colony ship. What's it like living on this thing?
Oh my god, it's terrible. I don't know how my parents did it, knowing they would never, ever get to leave until they died. Every day, you see exactly the same things. The same people do the same job. It's all the same. All the time. Seriously, the only thing that kept me going was knowing that we were the generation who knew we'd finally get the hell out of here. Although now that we're here, nothing seems to be happening. Sometimes I wonder if my sister was the lucky one.
Ah, yes, so a bit of what I was saying, indeed. So your sister, Julia, surely can't be that bad. The standstill will be resolved soon and you can move on. But yes, your sister, Julia, then.
Ah, so you've met her. No, not Julia. Julia and I were actually triplets with our sister Jen, but the ship ran out of one of her medications and she didn't make it. Sucks, but it is what it is. We only have so many supplies, we couldn't exactly get anything new along the way. Anyway, it happened a long time ago. I don't really feel that she's lucky. I'm just frustrated.
Oh, well, we haven't actually met Julia.
See you, I guess.
Maybe we will find Julia. You do have some stuff. ECS officer uniform. Could be interesting. Chlorosilanes just lying around. Lovely. More succulents. They do love their succulents on this thing. And, I mean, okay. Again, what's up with the design of this planet, ship, from a gameplay perspective? Why would you have this in here? It would be on top, wouldn't it? Like, that doesn't get any light at all. Oh, bloody hell. Julia, you said. We already were in there. I haven't found a Julia. We have Levitz. So Abe Levis, you're
unless you or someone else needs my help, I can make time.
And you are inside the table. Standard Bethesda stuff. So you're the guy, the provision guy. Your brother, I assume? Hello?
If you ever need a friendly ear to listen and not judge, you know where to find me.
Okay. And apparently I know that you're the cabin manager. How do I know that? I don't know. And apparently you've used words I don't know. Help me out here.
Oh? Oh, you must mean the Yiddish. It's an old family tradition. The Levitts have been trying to keep it alive for hundreds of years now. See, we didn't think the language would survive if we didn't, so we charged ourselves with preserving it. It's a point of pride for our family, and something I'd like to pass on to others so they don't forget. Like my great-great-great-great-grandmother's latke recipe.
Ah, you're Jewish, I got it. I mean, Levitz kind of gives it away, I suppose. Tell me about yourself, please.
Me? Hey, well, there's not much to say. I take care of people here. I live with my husband, Daisuke, no kids. We passed on having a surrogate so others could have larger families. Instead, I get to spend time with everyone in their families here. They call me their bubby because I'm like the grandmother they never had. I may have had something to do with that nickname.
Well, you're not brothers, you are husbands. I like it. Okay, the people really think I was some sort of alien. Okay, cabin manager, you apparently are that. For some reason I know it. So what do you do?
Glad you asked! I coordinate cabin maintenance, plan activities, even help settle domestic disputes. It's a demanding job, but in short, I'm here to keep people happy. I try to keep both the kids and adults entertained. Scavenger hunts, sing-alongs, fun little art projects, you name it. We also have regular media nights where a historian, Julia Yang, screens old movies, plays music, and exposes us to other Earth media.
Okay, well, we do have to find Julia then, too, then. Okay, did anyone actually think I was an alien?
People didn't know what to think. Here we are, minding our own business out in deep space, all alone. Then we hear some sort of garbled transmissions on the radio, real screechy, real inhuman sounding stuff. Then you show up? People had all sorts of fakakta theories. Aliens, time travelers, you name it. We watch a lot of old movies, so... Anyway, it spooked the bejesus out of us because we were expecting to find nobody.
I see. That's all fair.
Don't be a stranger now. Oh,
well, I
always wanted to say
probably
that.
won't. Okay, more officer uniforms. Lovely. Prototype equipment. Cool. Julia. Where would you... Oh, I see where you would be. You would be in the classroom.
I wonder
That is
what
where
else
you
is
would
out
be.
there.
Put that back.
So fine. Why are you saying put that back? Who are you saying that to? I don't know.
You're under
let's
arrest.
see.
I knew allowing you on board was a bad choice.
Excuse me?
Next to the reactor when I went there with my mom.
Oh, for the love of... Did you see... You could not have seen me take a thing. That's not cool. I'll just pay a fine.
That's not an option here. How about you just come with me nice and easy?
Oh, for the love of God, you're gonna take all my stuff, aren't you? And yes, you are taking all of my things. Well, with that, I'm gonna have to replay this whole thing because I'm not losing anything. How were you able to... Didn't I close the door? I was stealth when I took that. How can you... That is so weird. But you can see exactly how much stuff I'm now losing in terms of ammo and stuff like that. So... Also, Julia's apparently here. That's intriguing. Well, I'm gonna have to replay all of this, and you know what? Screw Julia. I'm gonna replay everything, and in the next episode we're going back down to Paradiso. We're going to see if we can solve this issue without what the captain is saying, because obviously they do not have a claim to this planet. They'll have to get along with each other. We shall see how I deal with that in the next episode. For now though, this has been ghostmutgaming with me, Christopher. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.